You're an important key to the success of the safety program of this staffing service. We've prepared this orientation to inform you of your responsibilities regarding general safety rules and regulations, policies and procedures for an on-the-job accident or injury and hazardous communication. The materials covered in this orientation are conditions of employment and are not optional. As a staffing service employee, it's extremely important for you to understand safety and workers' compensation procedures. You may be given work assignments under the supervision of various clients at any number of locations. Your compliance with general safety rules as well as specific job site safety rules will ensure your safety and the safety of co-workers. This staffing service has invested great effort and expense in evaluating our clients' safety programs and work sites to provide you a safe working environment. We've also gone to great expense to provide workers' compensation insurance should you sustain an on-the-job accident or injury while working for this staffing service. Client and job-specific safety practices and procedures will be covered in additional orientation before you're sent on any particular assignment or job. General safety rules, policies, and procedures are covered in this orientation. Remember, these are not optional, and your failure to follow any safety rules, regulations, or procedures may lead to your immediate termination. Non-compliance with safety rules may also affect workers' compensation benefits should you sustain an on-the-job accident or injury. General safety rules and regulations. The best approach to doing any job is the common sense safe way. An important basic rule to remember is you should never take risks. When you're given an assignment, this staffing service will tell you what your duties include. Any variance from those duties must be approved by this staffing service prior to your doing them. Any unsafe hazardous working conditions, as well as any unsafe actions of coworkers, must be reported to your supervisor and your staffing services representative. You should be properly trained before attempting to operate any equipment or machinery. Remember, horseplay or any unauthorized activity is not permitted on the job site. We also do not allow our employees to engage in athletic events or sports during working hours. Walk, don't run on stairs. Use the handrails and watch for wet or slippery spots. Ladders should be used with care. Be sure they're sturdy. They should be at a safe angle when used. Also, make sure you take the time to place the ladder at a good reaching distance so stretching can be avoided. Passageways should be used as directed. Taking shortcuts behind machinery, office equipment, or through parking lots can be dangerous and are not permitted. Proper lifting procedures should be followed at all times, whether you're working in a clerical or industrial environment. Keep these important principles in mind as you work. A. Consider carefully the load when lifting. You should always be comfortable with any load. B. Always stretch and warm up before lifting. C. Position yourself close to the load. Feet should be planted firmly and grip the load firmly. Using mainly your leg muscles, lift gradually. D. Think before lifting. E. Don't twist or overreach when lifting. Don't try to catch a falling load or lift while off balance. F. If the load is too heavy, get help. G. This staffing service will define lifting requirements and limitations for each job assignment. H. When lifting, keep your back straight and lift with your legs, not your back. Personal safety equipment can be as important to safety as what you do. Always dress according to your job. A. Never wear loose or torn clothing around machines. B. When working near moving machinery, avoid wearing jewelry, gloves, or long sleeves. Long hair should be tied back in a hairnet or cap. C. Items such as neckties, apron strings, etc. should not be worn around moving machinery. D. Always care for your personal protective equipment as instructed by your supervisor. E. Use safety glasses or goggles when required. Keep your hands as clean as possible. Skin irritations can be caused by simple things such as chemicals in paper and ink. A clean work area is another very important safety principle. A, if you see something on the floor or stairs that might cause a slip, trip, or fall, be sure to pick it up and dispose of it accordingly. B, keep your aisles clear of materials or carts. Good housekeeping habits are important in any working environment. You may be required to use hand tools on your job assignment. Remember, only use tools that prove to be in good condition. A, proper training in safe handling of tools is a must. B, proper maintenance of tools ensures their continued safe operation. C, use the correct tool for the job. D, always put away your tools after each use. Only trained, certified, and authorized operators are allowed to use equipment such as forklifts, pallet jacks, order pickers, tow boys, and hand trucks. Do not continue working if you feel ill. Stop what you're doing and notify your supervisor. Policies and procedures for an on-the-job accident or injury. This staffing service and the clients of job assignments to which you may be assigned are committed to providing and maintaining a safe work environment. However, sometimes accidents occur even at the safest work sites. So it's very important that you're aware and comply with the policies and procedures if you're involved in an on-the-job accident. You must follow these rules and regulations. You are the key to a successful, safe, injury-free work assignment. This staffing service is your employer and will provide you with workers' compensation insurance. It's your responsibility to contact this staffing service if you're involved in an on-the-job accident. Even a small injury must be reported, and you should seek first aid immediately. Proper notification concerning any on-the-job injury is important in order for both the employee and the employer to comply with the law. This will also ensure you receive proper medical treatment and will expedite your return to work. All clients for which you may be working are aware of these procedures and will help you follow this process. Unless it is an emergency, it's your responsibility to contact this staffing service immediately to let them know of your injury. As your employer, this staffing service will then coordinate with you and the client to get you proper medical treatment and help you get back to work. Never assume someone else has contacted your employer. Should it be an emergency, as soon as you're able, please make sure your employer, the staffing service, has been notified of your injury. In most cases, a representative from this staffing service will take you to the facility or will meet you at the clinic or physician. At that time, as with every accident and injury, the representative will begin a report and thorough investigation. For your protection and care, it's important that you cooperate with this process. In compliance with our substance abuse program, you've signed an authorization and consent form for a drug screen. This screen is a routine part of our policies and procedures regarding on-the-job accidents and injuries. This staffing service will make certain you receive the best medical treatment and are back to work as quickly as possible. We've created effective modified duty or back-to-work programs that will accommodate any restrictions or limitations if you're not released for full duty. Modified or restricted duty is provided by your employer to get you back to work as quickly as possible without losing any time or compensation. To review these important procedures, remember, immediately report to the staffing service any on-the-job accident or injury, no matter how insignificant it may seem. If you wait a day or even a weekend, the compensability of the injury or claim may be questioned. You must inform us immediately in the event of an on-the-job accident or injury to receive the full benefit of our safety and workers' compensation policies and procedures. Hazard communications. Your right to know about hazardous materials or chemicals in the workplace is important. The following information is general hazard communication, HAZCOM orientation. You'll receive specific worksite HAZCOM information before you start a job assignment. Pay particular attention to the following general HAZCOM information. Hazard communication labels. Part of the hazard communication requirements of OSHA are labeling requirements. Quite naturally, we see labels on the foods we buy and a wide variety of other products. Labels are designed to provide information about the contents of the material and also what specific physical and health hazards there may be in these materials. Do not deface or remove existing labels on containers unless the container is immediately marked with the required information. Basically, every chemical must be identified and labeled, regardless of the size of the chemical container. Employees must be trained on the importance of labeling portable receptacles into which they've poured hazardous substances. Material safety data sheets. MSDS, or Material Safety Data Sheets, are provided by the manufacturer for all hazardous chemicals used in your facility. These MSDSs are for your use in the event you want more information on the chemicals you're using in the workplace. Generally, material safety data sheets are maintained in an office or other designated areas, so if you need more information, ask your supervisor. As you can see, there's quite a bit to hazard communications. Labeling, material safety data sheets, and making sure you're aware of the potential hazards. Then take the steps necessary to prevent exposure to both physical and health hazards. Proper personal protective equipment, following company policies and procedures, and in general using your experience and good judgment helps to prevent accidents and injuries. This completes your general on-the-job safety HAZCOM and accident injury orientation. If you're unsure about something, ask your on-site supervisor or contact your representative at this staffing service. Take time for safety. Thank you.